You're welcome back to News Insights. Kingsley.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming up. Good morning. Piro.
Good morning.
You guys are looking good. And with your... Are you coming from Rivers?
He's going to Rivers.
He's going to Rivers.
Yeah, I'm going to,
always in Rivers.
I'm going to Cross River. I want to go and meet Abbas. Ibas.
That's but still. Has he sent him back to Cross River?
No, I want to go and prepare ground for his retirement.
For him to wait for
his retirement.
Are you sure he's going to retirement? He has retired before and came back. Maybe he will not return. I thought maybe he will come back. All right. Issues of one-party state. In Nigeria, once you hear one-party state, our mind will be beating. Boo, boo. One-party state is not entirely an evil thing like people are looking at it. Jonathan was just only warning that we shouldn't use backyard to arrive at that location. If we have that intention at all, we should discuss it, plan it, design it, and we can work on that. As a matter of fact, it can be part of your campaign manifesto if you want to be a president and you think one-party state can be a solution to Nigeria's problem. Because if you're a one-party state, whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a Yoruba, you're Hausa, you like capitalism, you like socialism, everybody will be in that same party. Infighting will be removed. The camping issue will be removed. That because you are trying to cover your EFCC investigation, that is why you are decamping. Such things will be there. But we shouldn't, one is seriously that we shouldn't use backyard. Let me come to you, Kingsley.
Okay, good morning, Nigerians. I'm not a proponent of
an advocate.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it will work for us. We are too ethnic, culture, religion for us to do that. And most of the places you see a one-party state, most that we've seen,
they are not really
they are
democracy.
dictators.
They are not really
they are dictatorial in their approach. So I will not support. And we have also tested the forbidden fruit in Nigeria to know between what is good and bad.
The military.
And, military, politicians, it will make some of these politicians very wicked because it won't give you an opportunity to seek justice somewhere else. And it also will not give Nigerians an opportunity to vote who they want to, because if they don't like you, you are not going to be on the ballot.
Okay. Peter, let me come to you. Do you think APC in their campaign of wooing other party members from other parties to come to APC, do you think they're essentially doing normal politicking of enlarging their coast? Or they have this suspicion that people are looking at, probably they want to convert Nigeria to a one-party state? Or just look at it.
It's neither here or here. Well, what I think they are doing, they're trying to weaken every other party.
But not that they do not want other parties to exist.
It just exists on the paper. You don't have enough resources, you don't have enough manpower to stand against them in election. And one-party states is not democratic, as I said. It's something we should fight. We should make sure that it doesn't happen. Because if allow it to happen, we are doomed as a people. Even now that we have multi-party system, see what's happening. One man dictates how we live, how we breathe, where we go to. Imagine we're under one party. People that could be won't be speaking up. If you speak, it won't change anything because you don't have power to change whoever is there. There will be internal fights. There will be internal wrangling. By the end of the day, ends there. If there is no alternative. So the person at home of the affair decides for everybody. I quite understand that, say Tanzania, they planned it to stabilize the country. It was a planned, deliberate action. Ojo can't just jump into. Babangida tried to do a two-party system. Remember?
Yeah. He built their national secretariat.
Thank you. If we had worked on that, yet it's still way better than one party. There's an alternative.
NRC and the SDP.
There must always be an alternative. When there's no alternative.
Okay, let's look at the case of Tanzania and the power of option in having a multi-party system. Tanzania planned theirs, they used it to stabilize the economy, and somehow it worked. But in Nigeria, we think the desire for options is more important than because we haven't really tried one party state at all. You know, we haven't really tried it at all. Do you think it's something that can come into discussion?
Okay, so let me give you a little background of Tanzania.
Yeah.
You know, Tanzania is a two-country state. They had Tanganyika and Zanzibar. And they said, why are we... In fact, when they first met, they were Tanganyika and Zanzibar. So then I said, why are we having two names? Why don't we make it one? So they made it Tanzania.
Yeah.
Tanzania, you know, and all Zanzibar. That. So they had understanding, knowing that the biggest force is when you are many.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
We
call it economies of scale.
Exactly. You know, so that's how they came together. And Julius Nyerere, the Grand Master of that place, also saw what they could do together and having a one-party state. And here, we have learned oppression. I don't know if you understand.
Yes,
we have learned a lot of oppression. I mean, people oppressing,
suffocating of voices.
Yes, you won't allow people to talk. So their own is not like that. You see, Nigerians are the most domineering Africans. Go to any
by
part
nature.
of the world. By nature, they are very. In fact, if they are in a white man's country, they will dominate the white. That's what they do naturally. So that's what you see, that if we're to be that we came together, the North, the South. Don't forget, Zik and Ahmadu Bello. Zik said, let's forget who we are. We are
Ahmadu said, no.
Let's know our boundaries.
Yes. And know our identity. It doesn't mean we will not work together. Exactly. And that is diversity.
That's diversity.
Yeah.
I've said it here before. From the North, indirect rule came. From the East, it never worked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From the South, it worked a little bit because of the system that were on ground. Now, in Nigeria, a one-party state is not.
All right. You say in Nigeria, one side fits all is not going to be our solution. Now, what is the duty of any government to preserve opposition so we can have democracy?
Let them flourish. Let them be.
What will be their own duty? What duty do they have as a government? Rather than muzzling opposition, what duty do they have by default to ensure opposition party survives?
They should focus on their own manifesto. They should deliver on the goods they promised the people. Right. They should allow the opposition strive. They are opposition. They should oppose whatever you're doing that is not right. You don't try to gag them, muzzle them to join you. So this government still have enough time to deliver on their promises. See, when you are doing well, you don't need to force people to join you. The electorate will re-elect you. So you should allow the opposition be. And again, in one-party states, I want to liken it to a military rule. Head of state decides for everyone. That is one-party state.
Yeah.
Where there is no dissenting voice. Like, okay, now we're complaining about it because what was done there was wrong. Imagine it was one-party state.
You can't complain.
Who are you complaining to? Where are you taking a case to? So we should not allow it to stand.
All right. Peter is saying something like what we've been saying before, that this government should concentrate on the delivery on their promises. You know, performance index should be there campaigning for you in 2027, not trying to woo other party members to come into your party. That's not going to help you so much. Now, this 2027 is coming. Are you seeing any survivor of any party on their own, putting coalition aside? Do you think PDP as a party can survive? Do you think LP as a party can survive? SDP is peaceful now, you know, moving around. Do you think they can survive on their own? We're talking of multi-party system.
You know,
which party today goes halfway in strength, resources, people, and all that to APC?
You know, there are times and seasons. Yeah. You can't take that away. It was a time of PDP at a point, and they ruled with, I won't say impunity.
And that time has gone.
It's gone.
But is it finished?
No. Like the Ghana man. It's not finished.
It's not finished.
Look, PDP will bounce back. Within APC, there will be
Explosion.
dissenting, explosive argument.
And they will shatter
people, yes, people will go to parties that are unknown and win election with it. Look, let me give you a perfect example.
So you are looking at a scenario where just during the primaries, just before the election, a lot of people that are going to lose in the primaries, they will go to other parties.
Yes, because there's going to be injustice. The party officials are going to choose people personally as a this who stands. For example, now let me give you an example. In Edo State, the Senator Monday Okpebholo is choosing his successor against the wish of his people. This is the person he wants to be the senator that is coming from this place. And that place used to be a stronghold of PDP. Those dissenting voices are still there. Them Besha and all the cohorts that are in PDP, they're still there. So we will see an explosion from within this thing. Now, there's this senator in Delta State, that came from DPP then to win an election based on his personality.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to see personality
election
rise up to exactly the people.
And the explosion is going to be along these lines of their convergence too.
Exactly.
All right. We are looking at having other parties to survive. You know, somebody like Jonathan, he's been vocal. He wasn't talking at the time, but he's been very vocal recently. Jonathan, during his tenure, what is it that this current government could learn from Jonathan? He preserved APC to the point of them coming to even win him. But we had democracy. You know, what lesson can this government learn?
Okay. We're able to win because Jonathan gave the institutions free hand to operate. He allowed INEC to be INEC. He didn't control them. If it was this same government that was in Jonathan time, they'll control INEC. INEC would decide, it's not under this government who will get that mantra, go to court. No, it's not them who will got it.
As if court is meant to support injustice.
So
that's a topic for another day. For you to steal, example, go to court. You have recruited court to be part of you.
You know, this is a topic. If I can come in. This is a topic that we really need to treat. You know, we have another topic that when people feel that when I get into power,
second tenure is my inheritance.
Exactly, it's not your inheritance. If you don't perform when we vote you, there's this song that vote them out.
Like now, what's it called? Sheriff moved into APC.
Yes.
People are saying, what of his second tenure? Must he contest and the other people that can be governors.
Exactly.
You know. So take our time is against us. Under 10 seconds, what is the best that Asiwaju should do now? I'm struggling to not use he was a Democrat. He is a Democrat to preserve democracy beyond him, whether 2027 or 2031, whichever one God says.
For me, it's late for this government to respect the institutions. But what I think he should do as a person, deliver on his promises. He still have 2 years. He should deliver on what he promised Nigerians. We want the lights he promised us.
All right. 10 seconds.
If I can take a little detour, I think a lot of people are doing it this because you mentioned Jonathan has not been talking, and now he's talking. Whether he's vying for election or not vying for election, he should talk.
You know,
he's in Nigeria.
You know, these past presidents, they have this tradition all over the world of not being too involved.
But not even only him, Okafor.
Yeah.
We have past Senate president, we have past governors. They should all lend their voice to democracy. Saraki, for example, they should not be quiet. Anywhere people are quiet, the place just goes wrong.
Right. Asiwaju should concentrate on delivering on his promises. When you deliver very well, rather than print signpost or print a billboard or to employ people to do door-to-door knocking for you, the services that were rendered to the people by your government will do the door-to-door knocking. The performance index will do the door-to-door knocking. And as it is, we want people to speak up if things are not going right, so that the government can also know the temperature of the society. This is News Insight. We'll be right back.